If there is a place in the NBA for young and talented prospects to develop with as little pressure as possible, it is surely the Golden State Warriors. Taking everything into consideration, James Wiseman is lucky to be playing for the defending champions, given how his career has gone thus far. Just imagine Wiseman being on one of the bottom-feeding franchises from the past couple of seasons. Everlasting lottery teams have their hopes and dreams pinned on their high-end lottery picks. A rookie season plagued with injuries is one thing, but when you make it 2 consecutive seasons, any player will start to feel some amount of intense heat from a frustrated fanbase, looking at who else they could have selected from that draft class. And once you're in that position, it's quite hard to recover. Instead though, Wiseman ended up on Golden State Warriors, who were able to win it all this past season, without him even playing a single minute during the 2021-2022 NBA championship run. In some respects, he became a relative afterthought considering he's actually a number 2 overall pick. Make or break. But this third upcoming season could be a make or break for James Wiseman. The Warriors are starting right at potentially the most inflated NBA salary cap number and luxury tax penalty in NBA history should they end up keeping their young core. Wiseman is set to make around $10 million next season, with that number jumping to $12 million in 2023. At this point, it is a no-brainer for him to pick up those options, but he's gotta be aware that his luster as an elite prospect will now be put under the microscope next season.
But I really want to play every game. But it's just based on the coaching staff and everything, so I'm just going with the process.
The time and investment Warriors made on him will start to weigh a little more heavily on the front office. If he, God forbid, gets injured again, the narrative instantly moves from Golden State is being cautious on him to James Wiseman can't stay healthy. People are saying that he's one of the players that have the most to prove this upcoming season. He was the 2nd overall pick 3 drafts ago. The player selected before him was Anthony Edwards, who seems destined for stardom, and the player selected after him was LaMelo Ball, who made the All-Star team last season. Then there's Wiseman, who only dipped his toes in the NBA water before missing 16 months and counting. He's healthy now, still only 21, and possesses some elite, unteachable size and raw tools, but the clock is ticking on a career that hasn't yet even started. Proving himself. But the sad pressure in his 3rd season isn't necessarily a bad thing. The Warriors did everything they could to put James Wiseman in a position to succeed. They never really put a concrete timetable on his return and even allowed him to sit the entire season just to give him a proper leeway to transition back into the rotation. And now, it's time for Wiseman to return the favor. Realistically, as a prospect, he's still about as scary as they come. He's a 7-footer with the ability to run, shoot, rebound, and play strong in the paint, while also possessing defensive potential rivaling nearly any other prospect in the league. The next step is proving that those traits translate to on-court production that will help the Warriors go on another championship run for the 2nd time in a row. But stumble out of the gate, and it's not out of the question for the Warriors to take calls on their prized big man. His rookie salary isn't as small as, let's say, Jordan Poole's as a 27th overall pick. Poole's year 4 number is less than a third of what Wiseman's is going to be. But money aside, there's most likely no person on earth more aware of all this than James Wiseman himself. The ball is in his hands to eliminate the possibility of the worst case scenario and become the star big man Warriors fans know he can become.